It's going to be nice, though. I think getting out of the spotlight and just getting to live my life and do things that I want to do, and not have to sit and I love talking to all of you, but it's going to be nice to not have to sit in front of a microphone multiple times a week. I really appreciate all of you, but it will be nice to kind of get away and relax for a little bit.
Caitlin Clark looks absolutely thrilled after breaking free from a toxic environment, and the WNBA seems to be in a frenzy over her confirmed blockbuster contract in Europe.
I keep getting notification in people commenting under my shorts videos that Caitlin Clark's gone. She's left the WNBA. What is going on? I don't believe that.
Started as just a rumor is now a confirmed reality, and it's shaken up the league so much that they even let go of Christy Sides from the Indiana Fever.
Christy Sides' time as the coach of the Indiana Fever is very likely coming to an end. It looks like they are trying to completely shut it down.
The situation is a mess, and things are falling apart everywhere. Caitlin has no real reason to stay. So what's the scoop on her new deal in Europe?
There are already so many players heading overseas to play during the off-season.
Does she have the build to play in the WNBA?
Caitlin's mega contract linked to the WNBA. There's a lot to figure out. How will the legal side of things unfold? Let's take a closer look at what might happen next.
She's just not built for the physicality of this league. Yeah, and she's not quick enough to get away from the physicality.
WNBA should have focused on building its future around Caitlin Clark, but instead, they've messed up so badly that she's headed to Europe. Now the league is in full-blown panic mode, realizing they're about to lose their biggest star and biggest source of revenue.
People are tuning in. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I have not tuned in 1 second since Caitlin Clark was eliminated, but that's not unusual.
Lynn's rookie season wasn't just impressive, it was unforgettable. She wasn't just good, she was electrifying. Her three-pointers were out of this world, her court vision was on another level, and fans, they couldn't get enough, filling arenas everywhere to see her play.
Yes, she will have a target on her back as well.
Caitlin Clark's impact was undeniable, breaking TV ratings and bringing the WNBA into the spotlight. She wasn't just another rookie, she was the asterisk rookie, the one who could have taken the lead to new heights. But what did the WNBA do? Nothing to keep her satisfied.
In box office, she was the main attraction, and there were so many storylines that's been associated with her. Most recently, the whole thing with her and Cheryl Swoops, even though it really wasn't her. It was Cheryl Swoops and all this. Every time you turned around, there was something that she had to do.
Behind the scenes, the story was much darker. While Caitlin Clark was boosting the WNBA's ratings, she wasn't being treated like the star she was. Every game, she faced rough treatment, veterans targeting her, flagrant fouls flying in from all directions, and the league just watched it all unfold. It's like they didn't realize they had a golden opportunity until, well, she was already on her way out.
For some technical fouls. She struggled with physical defense she's faced at the professional level and voiced frustration with the league's officiating, recently telling reporters, quote, "I feel like I'm getting hammered and everybody is physical with me, and opponents get away with things that other people don't get away with." That's what Caitlin Clark said.
Caitlin Clark's rookie season wasn't just about the usual rookie challenges, it was downright brutal. Every game felt like players were targeting her, fouling her as if it were a contact sport. The refs, they were no help at all. There were moments where it looked like Clark was getting tackled, and the officials just let it slide, as if nothing was happening. No wonder she started calling them out, saying she felt like she was being beaten up out there. She wasn't exaggerating.
Keep getting notification in people commenting under my shorts videos that Caitlin Clark's gone. She's left the WNBA. What is going on? I don't believe.
Instead of protecting their biggest star, the WNBA let jealousy take over. Veterans weren't mentoring Caitlin Clark. They were literally taking shots at her. It stopped being about basketball, it became personal, and the league just stood by. Now they're paying the price. Clark is done being their punching bag and is heading to Europe, where she'll likely be treated like royalty. This isn't just about her playing overseas. It's about her demanding the respect she deserves. The WNBA had a golden opportunity to make her the face of women's basketball, to build their brand around her. But they let her take hits, ignored her value, and now she's gone. Now the league is scrambling to figure out how to stay relevant without their biggest star.
Your meal ticket is under constant attack. There's been dirty plays all season.
ESPN's in panic mode too because all those viewers they were counting on are gone. Just like that, the WNBA is left wondering what went wrong, but the truth is clear. They didn't value Caitlin Clark, and now they're paying for it. Her move to Europe isn't just a win for her, it's a wake-up call for both the WNBA and ESPN. They took her for granted, and now all they can do is throw a fit while watching the player who could shape their future walk away, leaving them behind.
Those guys, they're the racists when really y'all are the racists. The people coming up with excuses to hate Caitlin Clark and the new fan base that she...
When Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA, ESPN thought they'd hit the jackpot, and who could blame them? The moment she stepped onto the court, it was clear this wasn't just another rookie. This was a game changer. ESPN saw huge potential, thinking about future headlines and a surge of new fans eager to follow her. They went all in, promoting her as the next big thing in women's basketball, and it paid off. Clark's games became instant blockbusters, viewership numbers soared, and ESPN was riding high, thinking they had the hottest ticket in town. She was their golden ticket, and they were loving every minute of it.
Michael Jordan of the WNBA was assaulted, has a black eye during the second half of the game because Dejanay Carrington stabbed her with her fingernails in the eye. Play the, I believe it's, side 11. Could we just play this on a loop? I'm not exaggerating.
And then there's Chendi Carter's infamous move. After she poked Caitlin Clark in the eye, nearly blinding her for the entire playoff game, there was no ejection, no real punishment. It was as if taking out the league's brightest star was just another day at the office for the WNBA. The message was clear. It was open season on Caitlin Clark, and no one was going to step in to stop it.
And then all of a sudden your hand turns downwards and straight into the eye of the biggest star in the WNBA. It's not a natural act. And I called it out yesterday in real time watching the game. Like, hey, that was on purpose. That was not an accident.
And this wasn't just a one-time thing either. Caitlin Clark faced 177% of the WNBA's flagrant fouls during her rookie season. Let that sink in. She wasn't just targeted more than anyone else. She was practically a magnet for cheat shots. And get this, 80% of those fouls came from just one team, the Chicago Sky.
Also a stat that came out a few weeks ago that said Caitlin Clark received 17% of the WNBA's flagrant fouls this season, and 80% of those flagrant fouls were committed by the Chicago Sky against Caitlin Clark. Now, this one that we see right here that I believe should have been a flagrant foul was not called that. So there have been cheap shots, there have been hard fouls, there have been other plays that haven't even been called flagrant.
Carter's shoulder check was just the beginning. Players like Diamond and Shields took it even further, running her over in frustration during games that weren't even close. Clark got knocked down game after game, and through it all, ESPN stayed quiet. They didn't call out the league, didn't push for better protection. It was just business as usual, riding the wave of Clark's popularity while she was out there getting hammered.
Let her cook. Y'all stop being petty. Stop being catty, cause she like a double-edged sword. She couldn't tell left and right. And it's bothering y'all. And I think
locker room dynamics were even worse. Caitlin Clark wasn't just facing fouls and physical aggression on the court. She was dealing with a toxic atmosphere within the league. Veterans saw her as an outsider who didn't deserve the spotlight, and instead of supporting her, they did everything they could to push her out. This wasn't a place where a star could flourish. In their eyes, Clark had become more of a liability, a threat to the status quo, rather than someone who could take the league to new heights.
Your biggest star, your meal ticket, the reason why you have relevancy, just got stabbed and assaulted.
WNBA's failure to recognize Caitlin Clark's value until it was too late is shocking. They had a player in their hands who outshone legends like Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird, not just in talent but in impact. Taurasi and Bird are icons, but neither drew the kind of attention or revenue Clark did in her rookie season. Yet, despite all this, the WNBA failed to protect her. They let her walk away, and now they're left to face the consequences.
Every time you play rookies, you just want to fucking kill them.
I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. It's unacceptable, honestly. We've been professional throughout the whole entire thing.
And Clark.
Now that Caitlin Clark is gone, ESPN is in full meltdown mode. They're scrambling, watching their viewership numbers plummet without the one player who was bringing in all the fans before she left. That NBA games featuring Clark pulled in nearly 2 million viewers, while the rest of the league struggled to hit 400,000. That's not just a drop. It's a massive fall, and ESPN knows it. They're frantically trying to figure out how to keep the audience engaged, but without Clark, they're running out of options. What's worse is that ESPN knows they could have done more. They could have used their huge platform to call out the WNBA for letting their star get battered night after night. They could have demanded better officiating and harsher penalties for players targeting Clark, but instead, they did nothing. They sat back, fueled the drama, and kept counting the viewers. Now, they're left picking up the pieces, regretting not taking action when they had the chance.
Doesn't matter who you are, what rookie you are, vets are coming at your neck. Because we're here to show you, like, this is a grown women's league, and this is the best league in the world for a reason. So it doesn't matter who you are.
I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to...
Caitlin Clark was the WNBA's golden goose, the player who could have led them into a new era of success. Instead, the league allowed petty rivalries, dirty play, and internal politics to push her out the door. Now, as they scramble to figure out what went wrong, the truth is undeniable. They let their best player walk away without putting up a fight, and they're going to feel the consequences for a long time to come.
It's going to be nice, though. I think getting out of the spotlight and just getting to live my life and do things that I want to do, and not have to sit and I love talking to all of you, but it's going to be nice to not have to sit in front of a microphone, multiple times a week. I really appreciate all of you, but it will be nice to kind of get away and relax for a little bit.
Every time you play rookies, you just want to fucking kill them.
I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. It's unacceptable, honestly. We've been professional throughout the whole entire thing.
And Clark.
Caitlin Clark was the WNBA's golden goose, the player who could have led them into a new era of success. Instead, the league allowed petty rivalries, dirty play, and internal politics to push her out the door. Now, as they scramble to figure out what went wrong, the truth is undeniable. They let their best player walk away without putting up a fight, and they're going to feel the consequences for a long time to come.